Hello everyone. I'm coming on simply because I'm not going to do a live today. I had it scheduled. My workshop yesterday was quite intense, to be honest with you. I know it affected me greatly, so I can only imagine it affected everybody else greatly. Hopefully, if not, I don't know. I don't like the energy today, okay? I don't like the receptivity in the collective. I don't like the feedback I'm feeling, okay? And so with that being said, I'm not going to risk my energy by doing a live today. So I'm going to put it where it best serves me at this time. But I did pull some cards. This is my second video. Again, I didn't even like the way the first one turned out. So I will show you the cards that I pulled for the collective. I will tell you again that with my last workshop, it was major heart healing. So I feel exposed. And again, I'm not liking the energy. I think I'm going to rethink some of my things as well and possibly even cancel Patreon. But that's just the truth. Okay. And I got 111 when I said that. So it might be what I'm doing. I'm not for sure yet. So I haven't touched it. I will decide by the 1st if I choose to do so. With that being said, the workshop that I did yesterday was intense. It was a lot. And, you know, what's funny is there's one other light worker I saw that was feeling into that energy, and that's the guy I posted on here prior, the gentleman's video that I posted. He did a meditation yesterday right after my workshop. It was so cool to actually see that there are people who can feel the work that I do. It's pretty cool to see it. So he knows, you know, and he's well aware. With that being said, it was massive. In the end of it, they did show me that the root chakra that was once Mount Shasta is no longer. It is now at Fiji. Fiji's quite active. I combined all three worlds, the pyramid energy, the Atlantic energy, and the new earth energy, and the core. And, you know, it's completed. So the rest is out of my hands. It went on to Prometheus and Poseidon, and Ashtar was very much so there as well. What I will tell you is just, you know, be mindful. Protect your heart space, but stay open for love. Okay, I'm going to continually fill mine with love. And if that means I have to separate for the day, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I expect you to do the same. Be diligent. We don't know how things are going to come. I do know, I've said many times over this last year on YouTube, on Facebook mostly, until I quit Facebook, is that I have been shaking up the muck, right? That's what I've been doing all year, is shaking up the muck, releasing all the darkness, bringing it to the surface. And that was also talked about yesterday in my workshop. It's about releasing darkness, bringing darkness to the surface. That way it can be removed, because as we've risen the planet in vibration, things that do not match that vibration cannot stay, okay? And that's the way it is. It just can't remain. So the darker, the lower vibrations, remember I talked about vibrations rather than good and bad, it just won't be able to be housed here, okay? So they're all surfacing right now. And I feel it, and I'm not too thrilled with it because it's very much so at the surface. All right, so the cards I pulled, I will give to you, and then I'm out for a while, okay? I may do a live on Sunday. I'm not going to guarantee it just because the energy is so sporadic. Just protect your space, listen to your surroundings, have an emergency plan. That's the best thing we can say. And that's what Spirit says, is you should always have one anyways, right? Because the earth is very much so alive, and she is no longer the same, okay? So the first card I pulled was Forge, Don't Follow. Okay, forge, don't follow. Be careful who you follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Okay, you know, I tried to be the leader I wish I had all year. Okay, some of it was met with good receptivity, and some of it not so much. All right, but it doesn't matter. Still be the leader that you wish to have. Okay, always think of it that way. Like, what was I lacking? What can I give? Jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change, okay? I've said this many, many times over, things are not going to be the same anymore. Reiki's going to change. Everything's going to change. I feel like the seasons are changing. Here it is almost spring, and we're getting colder and colder where I'm at. It feels like now winter has jumped in. And so just be open to changes, no matter which way they're going to come, no matter where they're going to come from, how they're going to occur. Muck is surfacing, and I can feel it. So also be mindful of that. Okay, it's yucky. The energy of the collective is yucky, and that's the best way I can describe it right now. But whatever it is around you, just jump in, right? I usually say feet first. She dove in head first, okay? And look at the energy around her. It's universal. It's the collective, the center of the eye, okay? All of that is very relevant right now. The earth is not the same. And so everything in time, right, it's like a trickle-down effect. Again, it took me a year of pushing this energy. And so the changes will occur piece by piece, one at a time. I also did see the presidential stuff come up in my workshop yesterday. So I am expecting lots of changes to come our way. Okay, so just jump in. Jump in and be a leader. Don't be a follower, because who are you following? Be very careful who you're following. I'm behavioral. I keep it real. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. Like, nobody should be afraid of that. Nobody should be treading lightly anymore. It's like, unless you're not a nice person, what are you treading lightly for? If there's an issue, don't be afraid to talk about it. And I'm not afraid to say, hey, this was a mistake. Try to go this way. I'm not afraid of that. And if I lose people because of that, good riddance. I don't need followers. I create leaders. And this is what I told you guys. Okay. And that's what Spirit's saying, is we're coming into a time where we've got to lead our way. There's not going to be a lot of people to follow because it's all new. It's all new. I mean, there's tons of light workers that are well aware. Yesterday, I got to activate 2 randomly across the globe. I had no idea who they were, but they were the only 2 that were really ready to receive what I was doing. So that was cool, right? And everybody else will follow, because again, it's piece by piece, change by change, okay? So just be open for newness. Do what feels good to you. Allow your body to tell you otherwise. And that's what I'm doing today, is I'm telling you, I didn't like the energy. I don't like the feeling of the receptivity of individuals, okay? And so therefore, I'm backing out of my live today, and I'm going to do what's best for me. But that doesn't mean I'm not here. I may change things. I may change my channel a bit. I may get a new channel. I haven't decided yet. The energy is funky monkey, and so I don't really want to make a decision based off of that, if that makes sense. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time. All right. And then it was this card. Earth pulsing. Yes, she is changing. She is moving. A lot of the work was intense, but it's complete. Okay. And I told you what Prometheus did. He was there yesterday. We had several messages of things inbound. Okay. So again, the only thing you can do is just be in love and light and always have a plan, no matter what. The only thing they showed me yesterday was that California is no longer accessible to the ley lines. There's no energy flowing from the earth to California anymore. Mount Shasta is no longer effective. It is just dead, basically. Fiji is now the root chakra of the earth, okay? And so that's what I was shown yesterday. What all that means, I don't know. I do know there has been other predictions of a tsunami coming in. I do know that. I don't know, right? I've told you what I've seen, and that's all I can do. As a psychic, it's like, it's all in divine timing. Energy moves, okay? And so when people say, expect everything to occur at a certain time frame, that's when we get a little bit wonky, remember? And that's that removal of the false time, okay? So just keep that in mind. The earth is pulsing. Pulse of the mother. Slow down and spend as much time in nature as you can. Okay, that's unless you're in Ecuador or Brazil, because I know that's not being reported about. They are underwater, so there is things occurring. So even though it doesn't seem like it, just be mindful of your surroundings. Stay in blessings. I'm going to surround myself with people who appreciate my energy today. And so that's really what I'm doing. Okay. And then tomorrow we're going to go play in the earth. All right. And so that's what Spirit told me. It's very much so in the collective. Connect with her. She's new. Get to know her again because she's changed so much, okay? And then, of course, I pulled this card. Root chakra, ground and center. With all the new work done on the earth, it is time to reground. It is time to learn how to reconnect with her individually, because it's all an individual thing, just like in behavioral. You cannot apply the same set of rules to every single person, okay? And that's where a true healer comes into play, because if you can even single out healers. There are a certain group that like do the same things for a collective, but each individual is different, okay? And so on an individual healing, it turns out to be different every time, okay? And I've said that before too. It's like I cannot implement the same plan for each individual because it changes upon what their needs are. And every time we think we know what's coming, Spirit has a way of saying, think again, okay? So keep that in mind. It's coming out here too. So spend some time getting to know the earth. She's different. She's not the same as she was yesterday morning. I guarantee you that. She's completely different. It's all integrated. You guys, I'm not kidding you. I activated her DNA with the pyramids, Atlantis, and the new core of the earth. She is not the same. Okay, so spend some time getting to know her, connecting your root with her now. You're very much so free to do so. If the old ways don't work, just spend time listening to your body and find new ones. It's all individual, okay? It really, truly is. It's way more on an individual level now on this earth for everything than it ever was before, okay? So be mindful of that as well. And don't be afraid ever to be who you are as an individual, because I'm not, okay? Then I got this card, and this really represents the energy. This is what I'm doing today. When I have overshared, I simply say, wait, why am I talking? That's what I'm going to do, okay? If my words are not being received well, I'm not sharing them, okay? And that's where I'm going into. And that's the same with you. If that's the way you're feeling today, then protect your energy. Because what did I tell you? I've been shaking up the muck to be removed, okay? And how it gets removed remains to be seen, right? How it all gets removed remains to be seen. I can tell you the earth cannot house lower energies anymore, okay? So in that video I shared before from the Pleiadians is the same thing. It says the same thing. That was the whole purpose of ascending. Because we can't help and keep the same energies of the earth, because it will just transfer to a new leader, transfer to different forms of control, right? And so on and so forth. And so as the individual aspect of this message is there's no more of that external control going on. You have come into a new world of freedom like never before. Okay? And now I'm going to find my joy. And I'm not going to waste my time for those who don't want to receive. Right? Why would we? Why would we want to be afraid of our own thoughts and our own opinions? I'm not. And I'm not going to shun my voice anymore because others, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's a Spirit's message for everybody. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to speak. Sometimes we learn that way. Sometimes relationships grow that way. Okay? Very much so relevant. All right? And then where we find true peace is in our pulse. Peace is in my pulse, okay? Can you hear your pulse? Can you slow down enough to hear your own heartbeat? To feel how the blood is flowing through your system? Right? And that is where we definitely need to get to right now. Be able to listen to your body. I've been saying that for a whole year. Be able to be mindful. Watch who you're following right now, okay? Because the muck is very much so at the surface. We aligned all the energies in order to remove them. Okay, I've said that before. And yesterday solidified that. I also rotated a few more of those pyramids that I had. Myanmar was one of them. They had me in Ghana. I happen to know there's a big, huge thing of... God, every time I think of it, I always forget the name. Illuminati. Okay, and so again, I had to lightning strike there. I don't know what that means, right? But we are eliminating all of that, okay? And I've been saying it for a very long time. The shift is very real. I encourage you guys to watch that gentleman's video from the one I posted, okay? The other one, Change in Perspective. I can't remember his name. He's still on there. He did a little meditation yesterday that speaks of the same things that I've been talking about, okay? It's about ascension. He was like, am I worthy? I don't want you guys to be afraid if we're worthy. Generally speaking, you are, okay? So keep that in mind as well. I don't understand some of the feelings I'm receiving today, and so I want you guys to be mindful of that as well. Don't act upon them, okay? That's what Spirit's telling me. Like, I was literally about to cancel Patreon. I had my finger on it, and Spirit's telling me don't act in these energies, okay? So be mindful of that as well. I'm going to let things roll off my shoulders, but I'm not going to put my energy out there to not be received well, okay? So be mindful of that as well. It's all part of the message, okay? Peace is in my pulse. That's where we're going to find it right now. Going internal, feeling our own pulse, listening to our own heart, our own joys, and not letting others muck up our energy right now, okay? Yesterday's workshop was also massive in heart healing, okay? And so exposure is very much so relevant. We feel exposed. So for those of you that did it, don't take action in that stance. Again, yeah, I don't really know what's going on, and I don't know how much I am going to act upon it. If I did act on everything that I've been feeling today, I would quit everything. Okay? So that goes to show you. Okay? I'm not going to act out of haste. I'm just going to be patient and see what comes out of it. Okay? So that's really what Spirit is saying. Just be patient. See what comes out of it. Those are the cards I pulled and why I'm not doing a live today. I would like to do one Sunday, but again, I'm not going to set a time. I will just do one when I'm ready. Yeah, be mindful again because we align the energies and I don't know how it's all going to get removed. Okay? That's that. So much love to all of you. Be safe. Feel your bodies. Know your surroundings. And just have a plan for anything. We never know when anything's coming our way. It's always good to have a plan. Okay? That's what I'm making sure I have. I was a sitting duck this whole entire year. I did this whole entire year with not enough income to survive. Okay? And so I was forced to be able to find other income alternatives. Granted, it's also been a part of my purpose, okay? That didn't mean I was quitting one thing, but if I went with the energies today, I would quit everything, okay? So be mindful of that. Don't make harsh decisions out of negative energy. Negative energy is very much at the surface, okay? And I'm not afraid to say things, and Spirit doesn't want you guys to be either. All right, sometimes when we say things, big healing occurs, okay? More understandings, change in perspectives, and so on and so forth, all right? But be mindful. Jump into change. We have to jump into the fact that what once was no longer will be. I've told you guys, astrology is going to change. Reiki is going to change because of the work I brought forth this year. Because of the work I brought forth this year. Not all the light workers. This is stuff that I have done, which is causing the biggest changes, period. I couldn't have done it without the alignment, right, of others, of the raising of the energy and waking up enough people. And so I'm not saying that everybody didn't help. But what I am telling you guys is the changes I created were big. All right? And so be open to newness in every way. Be open to regrounding and re-getting to know the earth, right? That's what all of these are saying. Get to know the earth. Jump into things feet first. I say feet first. She took a head dive. I don't like to head dive. I jump in feet first. But be willing to do that as well as protect yourself and be careful who you're following. Be willing to be a leader, okay? Because there's going to be no more following a lot of people, all right? The only people that are going to remain are no longer of the false reality, okay? And when they do remain, all of our perspectives are going to change coming forward. It's just, and it's a beautiful change. It's all very positive. It's raising in vibration. Okay. I did get some new things, some candle jars because I was going to continue my healing things. And if I acted out of the energy today, like I said, I quit everything. So I will show you guys those when the energy is better. Okay. Stay strong. Stay with each other. I am here. If anything does happen, I will be back on. Okay. I'm not going anywhere as of yet because I'm not going to react in negative energy. So much love. Bye-bye.